The most embarrassing male experiences. By Carlton, Walace. Let's like his video. And if you enjoyed the reaction video in the slightest bit, nigga, if I make you giggle one time, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Let's log in and let's see what we got.
Thank God for being here. Like, I feel like we as people need to stop taking this life thing for granted and live it to the fullest.
100%.
When a positive mindset evaporates, it's eviscerated as soon as you trip on a misplaced stone or an uneven pavement. Now you're diving face first into the ground like an Olympic diver because you have a reaction time of a sloth and the survival instincts of a puppy squirrel. And now that love for life turns into immense hatred and detest because you are falling victim to an embarrassing moment, and now random strangers are laughing at you. And now if you're a female in this type of position, someone would offer to help you up on some Prince Charming type of thing. But for us guys, we don't get a lick of that TLC, we get humiliation. It's for some reason our fault that the council can't pay for people to properly pave roads. And that's one of the few downsides about being a man. These embarrassing moments just hit so much harder. Like,
I think that's really what it is though. Like, a lot of things that even if it happened to a woman, gang, like if a woman was to fall in public, your first instinct wouldn't always be to laugh unless you're genuinely an asshole. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, "Oh, are you okay? Oh my gosh, he just fell. Oh my," you know what I'm saying? Let a nigga fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're like, if they even care, some people just look and they'll just continue about their day. Like, that shit just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That nigga fell, that ain't do nothing to me, does nothing for me, and they go about their day, or they'll laugh at you, or they'll point at you, or they'll stare at you. They don't ask you if you're okay. They don't try to offer their hand to help you up, gang. Like, I don't know, it's just like a lot of shit that happens to men is just like, you just gotta go through it alone. And then when shit happen to women, it's just like everybody and they fucking mom just gotta make sure that they okay. Everybody gotta comfort them.
It's no biggie. It's cute. Maybe at worst a quick little laugh. And now as a man and you stutter, all your friends are gonna start recreating machine gun sounds like you're in the World War I trenches. And then after that, they will question your chromosome count, outright disrespecting your parents' chromosome count, and question if you have any type of mental disabilities. And as someone like me who speaks extremely quick, I used to fall victim to this all the time. And I'll be honest, I still do. And God forbid you're an ethnic minority and you stutter. Like, obviously, I'm black, but I'll be honest, I am no freshie. I'm talking about fresh off the boats type of ethnic minorities. If they stutter, they are going to receive an unfiltered amount of racism. And more time, it's from people of the same race as them.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If you mocking a African nigga or anybody who, you know what I'm saying, if English is not their first language, and they're, especially like you said, they're a freshie, if there's somebody who just came over here and you're mocking them because they can't pronounce certain words or they can't talk regular, that's fucked up. But now me saying that, like, now that we said that, that's out the way. I'm a firm believer in, gang, especially like anybody in my group chat, any one of my friends, you know what I'm saying, we going back and forth, we arguing, and we talking about something passionately, the first moment you stutter, gang, it's over. It's over. I'm not letting you live that down. Nah, I'm going to rage bait the shit out you until you start talking. You're going to have to start talking about my mom. You're going to talk about my girl. You're going to talk about my kid. Something. You're going to get that mad. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why that is. But no, if I'm arguing with one of the guys, gang, you know what I'm saying, we're passionately debating, or if we're going back and forth and it's heated and you stutter, you lose. You lose, I win, and I'm never gonna let you forget it for the next 24 to 48 hours. I don't care.
He's themselves. That right there is outright bullying. I'm not gonna lie, that might be worse than getting deported. Matter of fact, in this day and age, if you're a freshie and you stutter, or your English is not tip-top perfect, immigration services might be called on you. There might be allegations that you snuck into the country, and I'll be honest, I might be one of those people suspecting that as well. And I'll also be honest, when someone else stutters, I'm also teasing them. I'm also laughing. Same thing when someone car declines. Easily top 5 most embarrassing moments, especially if it's in front of a girl. But when it's someone else, I will laugh and make tutu jokes. But when it's me, It's not funny no more.
That's one thing I'll never laugh at, gang. I'm not gonna lie. Male experience, female experience, the card declining, gang, that's one of the worst things you could ever go through. You know what I'm saying? One of the worst things. I'll tell you, one time I've been on a date before, bro. I thought I was doing something nice. I had all my funds calculated. I had everything calculated to the T. Or I could spend this much. I could do this much. You know what I'm saying, I got this much flexibility with money. I ain't order nothing crazy. The person I was with didn't order nothing crazy. We didn't go over the limit. When it was time to pay that bill, I handed him the card with confidence. That nigga came back and said, I'm actually short a little bit. That nigga whispered that shit in my ear because he knew I was on a date. He knew, bro. He knew he didn't like that's not something you want to say out loud. I appreciate bro for helping me out in that moment, not putting my shit on blast. But it ultimately comes out because, gang, I didn't have the money. Somebody gotta help. Like, I don't know. Like, to be honest, in that situation, the person I was with, they were cool. So they didn't fucking, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? They understood that life happens, but it's just like, when I say, like, from that point on, the entire date and then ending it, like, it's literally on my mind. It's like, how I did not go over the limit. I did not overspend. I did not order crazy. The person I was with didn't order crazy. Guess what it was? Apple fucking Music. Oh my God. Like, this is why I lock my card now. Literally, like, whenever I'm not actively going out into the world and knowing that I'm spending money or doing shit, I lock my cards, gang. Because, like, you could literally have a set amount, you know what I'm saying? And then you go out wanting to enjoy yourself, not thinking about the funds because you already thought about it. You already checked it. And then when you get in a certain situation like that and it's like, damn, Apple Music hit me for $24. Took $24 off my shit, and I didn't get a noti, none of that. But it happens.
Straight face, really reflecting on my incorrect life choices, deep in that I should not have brought that Uber Eats last week. Times like that will have you thinking back to that time when your mom gave you £20 for your 7th birthday, and you're just wishing that you saved that small amount of money. And I know I sound like a bit of a hypocrite, but it's true though, because people will take it too far. They'll start initiating an entire audit of your financial situation and break down in detail where you're failing in life, not just financially, but mentally and physically. I can't bear that. I can't go through that type of stuff. Like, it shouldn't be me. And they will never let it go. They will be talking about it 3 years down the line, talking about, oh yeah, remember when your card declined? All because the shop's card machine malfunctioned, or the shopkeeper conveniently tried to upcharge you and make the £5 chicken and chips £500 and conveniently blame it to be an accident, which has happened to me multiple times, by the way.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. I will never, like, ever since that thing happened to me, I told myself I'm never going to do this again. And God, thank God, I've never been in that situation ever again. But I will never shame nobody for their card declining, because I know genuinely how that feels, gang. I thought I was going to have to fucking go to the back and start scrubbing dishes or some shit. Like, I don't, like, how we going to pay this off? Like, gang, what you need me to do? You need me to wait a few tables? You want me to hop up, put the apron on, put the black shirt on, the long sleeves, and get to work and start asking niggas, what are you ordering tonight? I thought genuinely I was gonna have to do something. I don't know. I don't even know how you handle them situations. Like, say if the person I was with was broke, like completely broke, didn't even have the I think it was like $50 left over, like 300 something, and it was 50 left over. So if that person I was with didn't have that 50, GG's, gang, would have been back there scrubbing dishes together.
In an economic recession, there is no reason for boss man to be doing these nefarious activities, and times like these is where I thank God for being broke, because you will never see me with more than £200 in my bank account. But being broke is also embarrassing, because your friends will step out with fresh designer garments, and meanwhile you step out in the same boots you've had for 5 years. But what's worse, your outfit will let the things know you're broke as well, which is arguably worse than a card declining in front of a man them on the one time, because girls will know you for dressing bad and being broke, so they will then also assume you smell bad and have bad breath, since the semantic field of being a bum has already been created. But if you are truly one of them ones, you may be able to bypass these broke individual stereotypes. But the dilemma is, you will get female attention while being broke, which is the worst thing of all time, because you have so much ideas but you don't have the money to do it. You like a girl so much but you don't have the money to show that you like her.
But see, and then I feel like you're in an advantage at that point though, because if you're able to get women and pull women and like retain women, like nobody ever talks about that. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to retain women as a broke nigga, gang, you won. You know what I'm saying? You're like literally like there's some niggas with money who can't keep women. They're going to attract women because they have the pockets. That's how they lead. If you're able to get women and keep them, even though you don't even have like you know what I'm saying, you when you stand on your wallet, you decrease in height. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're one of those niggas, if you ain't got it like that in the time being, and you're still able to have women around, you still have women rotate your you know what I'm saying, your bubble, you're good. You win.
State of feeling like a failure as a man, because it really just leads you to hate yourself and question every decision you've made up until that point. But not all
I feel like if you're a man who thinks like what makes you is your wallet, that's how it'll affect you. Like if you're genuinely a man who thinks, okay, I'm only my most confident self, I'm only my most perfect self, I'm only my most confident self when I have money in my pocket, gang, you're a fucking loser in my eyes. Because money is not what makes the man. It's your character. It's how you represent yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you allow yourself to step out into the world when things ain't doing good. You know what I'm saying? When the money not high, when your back is against the wall, gang, how are you carrying it? You know what I'm saying? And people can see that off you. If you just a nigga who, you know what I'm saying, you only your most loudest, you only your most proudest, you only your most fucking so much confident self when you have the funds, it's not really in you. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a man who, you know what I'm saying, no matter if I got the money, no matter if I'm broke, if I'm popped, if I'm on my last, I'm still gonna step out in the world. I'm gonna show niggas that I'm not nigga, or I'm gonna have the energy that screams I'm that nigga. I'm him, regardless if I got a check or not. Like that's what makes a man, not his money, gang. If you're leading with your pockets, if that's what makes you think that you because you have the money, you have the designer, you have the jewelry, you have the like, gang, you already losing the plot.
All fun and jokes, some genuinely make you question your place in this life. For example, when someone is waving in your direction, so you wave back. But you clock they are now looking at you like you are a creep, so you're realizing you might have got it misconstrued. They might not be waving at you because you got a fresh crispy lineup and they're trying to say what's good, but whole time they're waving at the person behind you. Now you genuinely start to feel like a creep. And as a result of that gut-wrenching feeling of feeling like a weirdo, whenever someone else waves in your direction or waves at you, you never wave back.
Yeah, that's a top 5 embarrassing experience. Top 5, I'd say top 5 embarrassing experiences. Maybe we fill out the rest of the 4 spots, maybe we don't, but I believe genuinely that is in the top 5. You ever have a person wave or a person say come here, and then the moment you do that little giddy up, like you put your head down and giddy up and then look up, they say, oh, not you, the person behind you. Yeah, that's top 5. I ain't gonna lie. So now, like he said, anytime another person, like, gang, you're gonna have to say my name. If you're calling me, you're going to have to say my name. Yes, Ricky, come here. I'm talking to you, black, dark skinned guy, muscles, big ass head. You come here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. Like, that's how you're going to have to let me know that before I even, like, you know what I'm saying, make a little trot in that direction. You crazy?
Situations like this is when you're out and you see someone who looks like your friend, so you call across the road your friend's name, but whole time they don't reply because it's not your friend, but you don't know that yet, so you keep on calling your friend's name, looking in that direction of a person like a weirdo, and then whole time 20 seconds later you clock it's not your friend, and now everyone thinks you're schizophrenic because you're calling out a random name and no one's responding to you. And after something like that, you just feel the need to cut off all your friends so something like that never happens again. And this is just a mild case. Back in the day, when all my friends were a little bit fruity, maybe even borderline homosexual, there was this one person who always did a little bit too much. He always liked to touch other guys' bums for some strange reason. Maybe he was trying to tell us something and give us hints, but we did not pick up the sign. But now we're out together and he sees someone who he thinks is our friend. So instead of doing the normal embarrassing thing, calling out across the road, no, he decides to surprise them by grabbing the bum bum. So now he grabs the bum bum, the person turns around and the bum bum he grabbed was not his amigo. It was no amigo.
Sexual assault. This is why you, as a man, right? I understand men, like a lot of people don't understand male friendship dynamics. Some men get close enough to the point where you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can be on that fruity shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a beautiful male friendship, but if it's not 100% guarantee that that's your man's, even though I don't advocate for touching other men's asses anyway. I genuinely don't do that. I don't advocate for that. But if it's not 100%, if it's not 100% certain that that is your man's, that you know that nigga, that those buns that you're grabbing are buns that you talked to before, why are you doing that? Like, that's, you got to understand, sexual assault, like that type of charge, that type of case, that ain't something that you want to fight and leave up to 50-50 chance, gang. To me, that's just like, no.
Guess what? There was problemo. And God bless I was never that level of fruity, because stuff could have got precarious. However, my love of women has also found me in very embarrassing situations. For example, being so nervous to talk to my crush that when I tried to say hi, words did not come out my mouth. Now her and her friends are looking at me, look at them with my mouth wide open like a weirdo. I was doing up pufferfish. And all jokes aside, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me, because when I was 13 at the time, I was mad depressed. I had social anxiety and a bunch of other problems, so I struggled to even talk to people in general, let alone to have the courage to talk to someone of the opposite sex. So for me to go through all that effort to build myself up to try and say something, and for words to not come out my mouth, I was so disappointed and embarrassed. But retrospectively, I feel like that's less embarrassing than getting rejected. Like, getting rejected if you're by yourself is cool, but if you try and move a girl in front of all your friends and you get rejected, oh my days, you're never gonna hear the end of it. I can't lie, that is too embarrassing. But somehow it gets even worse in this department, because there'll be times where you could just be minding your business and then a group of girls just see how unsightly you are and just start laughing at you for absolutely no reason. And I feel like this here should be a crime. It's some type of ugly racism. Like, man's just about as guy just trying to get home from school and then a group of girls just laughing at me for no reason. Bear in mind, I do not know them, and it's kind of vexing because they act like I choose to be born like that. If it was up to me, if I had the choice to customize my own character, I would give myself a 2K21 drippy face scan. But there are more severe embarrassing situations as a result of love of girls. For example, getting bricked in class. Like, getting bricked in any other public space is bad enough. Like, I don't want the whole world to see my Guyanese giant. Like, I know it's a good indicator that I'm all healthy and good, but I don't want the whole world to see that. That's
And I still never understand. Like I they try to say that just like obviously it's puberty and shit like that, but like I'm not gonna lie, like it's no reason why you should be getting rock hard in the middle of fucking algebra game. Like it's like I never understood that, and I never had that experience where it's like some dudes, they say, oh, on presentation day I had to go up, the teacher called me up to present first and I had the biggest boner in the world. This shit could cut glass or some shit like that. But it's like I've never experienced that, but it's just like I've had random moments where I'm literally just sitting at the desk and, like, you know what I'm saying, you do that thing as a man where you like your meat is tucked between your legs, or like you can feel it, and then you just going back and forth, and then you just start getting hard out of nowhere. Like I genuinely don't know what happened or like how that could happen, but that should happen like more times than not, gang. And I just didn't understand it. I don't understand how it's like one day you could be fine, like you're just chilling, then you just get a random boner. Like I don't understand that. Thank God though I'm healthy.
But getting bricked in class is significantly worse, because there was a time in year 8 where all my math teachers were mad fine, so damn near every single lesson my Guyanese giant was always showing. But one time I mistimed my brick session, so now the bell rang for the end of the day. Now I have to get up with my Guyanese giant bulging out of my trousers, so now I have to practice all types of breathing techniques for it to go away. But it doesn't work, so you have to use the bag method to cover it. But as I got older, I learned to just look in 20 minutes before lesson ends. So since then, everything's been patterned, so I'm always on gummy towards the end of a lesson. However, there are still some unexpected scenarios. For example, when you get bagged for something serious on some RICO type of settings, where teachers have to take you out of class, and now you're sitting there in history class for absolutely no reason, just bricked out of your mind, just thinking about that girl you are going to link on the weekend. And then your head of year comes into your classroom, ask for you, and tell you to leave your bag. So now you're just speed running all types of different breathing techniques for it to go away, but it doesn't work. It gets to the point where you try practicing sun breathing, moon breathing, water breathing, demon slayer breathing techniques for your meat to dilute, to digress, to be smaller, but none of it works. And now the whole class is staring at you, so you know if you stand up, everyone is going to see what you have. And saying. You don't want people to see that.
But my whole thing is like, why are you embarrassed by that? Like looking back at it now, like think about it, like gang, I don't think I was ever embarrassed to show niggas or show women that I had, you know what I'm saying? I had a missile. You know what I'm saying? Well, I still do have a missile, but it's like that's not something that ever embarrassed me. Or like the thought of that happening. Like obviously you don't want to be the guy that's just walking around rock hard and everybody, oh, that's the nigga with the big dick. But like gang is like, is that really such a bad thing? Like looking back at it now, let's we're today's time, you know what I'm saying? Your younger self. Was it really such a bad thing? Was it really so humiliating? I don't think so.
We just have to stand up, arch your back, and just accept your fate. And as you're walking out of class, some white guy says to you, L print. Now, not only everyone has seen your print, but everyone thinks you have a small meat. Now, if you're a big meat gang, you have at Drake, you have at T-Banks, you have at Big Sean, you have nothing to worry about. I will not even be too stressed if people see my bricked meat. But for someone like myself who just has degular meat, yes, I do not want to be having people see my bricked meat.
What happened to the Guyanese missile that this nigga was just talking? Niggas said Guyanese missile 4 times in a row, like we not listening to him talk, and now he talk about he got a degular meat.
My year 10 history class, and then going around talking about saying, oh my days, why was it so small? Why did it look like that? First of all, I was pushing my backside all the way back to minimize the size of my meat. But in doing so, I had to face the repercussions of the small meat allegations. But there is nothing more embarrassing and emasculating than going to the gym on the weekends, seeing a plethora of males with a physique of Greek gods. I don't know what it is about the weekends, but yeah, all the gym bros come out to play. So that's why I make sure I always go to the gym on the weekdays during the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the gym bros are at work, not in the gym. And as you can see, by no means am I considered a petite guy, but I can't.
Nah, that nigga is petite, gang. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga's petite. He looking a little. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. But the thing is, with this whole gym thing, you should never feel embarrassed about that, because a lot of these niggas are on steroids. Everybody's on steroids. Everybody's on peptides. Everybody's fucking cheating the game. Nobody's natty anymore. Nobody's natty. So I don't even want to talk about that. Gym shit is not even cool no more. These niggas are cheating the system. It's your boy RushMoreRick. If you enjoyed this reaction video at any point, if I made you smile, if I made you put your feet in the air, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think is embarrassing. I'll see y'all in the next video.